Truth Cafe Podcast.
Is it me?
Yeah, just carry on.
All right. Welcome to Truth Cafe Podcast, episode 44. Karis, you're the one who normally does this, so that I do the awili willy wee. So that do we exchange? Do you do the awili willy wee?
Actually, this is
masculinity.
No. This is actually episode 45, by the way. Yeah, episode 45.
Yeah.
Anyway, today we have a special guest, my friend. We always wanted to have this guy on.
To build it.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey. Congrats, 45 episodes in.
Yeah, my man.
Congratulations to you guys, man.
Thank you.
I feel like this episode would have been better in person.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a vibe.
Yeah, we'll definitely vibe.
I would have preferred it in person.
Unataka kushika dread za Chaxy. Ukompea na zako.
Kuna mbaya, please.
Anyway, Chaxy, introduce yourself, man. I feel like when you say, as it personally, mimi kama how I follow you online, I honestly don't know what you do. I don't know who you are really per se. Like, who are you, man? Introduce yourself.
Wait. So, I don't know. Okay, my name is Chaxy. I'm a marketer. I also create content for a living. Yeah, what else do you want to know, man? Introduce myself. There's a lot I could say.
Just say it, my brother. Aspiring Mau, anything.
Yo, I'm not even an aspiring Mau. I am Mau. Like, I am Mau.
By the way, Chaxy,
are you Mau by your hair?
Fist bump. Not by. I mean, my hair could count because Mau had natural locks.
Yeah.
But by I'm Mau by spirit. I'm Mau by sometimes way of thinking. I'm Mau by just the energy and what I believe also represent what Mau represented in a way. Yeah. So yeah, I accept.
But by the way,
niko na mistari so naweza kwa tu uko fulani Mau. Ningefit.
By the way, Chaxy, I know it's 2020, everybody's forward thinking, but does your hair show people when you walk into a room? Because as a marketer, I'm sure you rub shoulders with this, the who's and who's. You're one of those guys who I see, the people who people need to know.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Initially, sorry, proceed.
So do you walk into a room and people are like, who is this? Confused? Because even your fashion too is just crazy. You have things. Does it kind of hinder or throw people off in terms of the business you do as a marketer?
It does not hinder because it doesn't hinder because end of the day, if my input is needed, then and also I really know my shit. So when it comes to getting things done, if you have to get Chaxy in that room, you have to get Chaxy. So it doesn't hinder, but of course there is a lot of prejudice that goes into it. There's many times. Initially, at the beginning, I could feel some type of way about it because I would walk into boardrooms and maybe there's a few people who look at you a certain way. They give you the eye.
And family. What about family? Family, I know I'm going crazy.
Family, nah.
They're cool.
Nobody. Because I'm an adult. What do you mean?
Oh man, I don't know.
I'm an adult. I'm over 18.
I mean, that doesn't count.
Do you know African parents?
Does not count at all.
It does because now what are you going to do? Are you going to shave my hair by force? Are you going to apprehend me and shave my head?
I'm gonna cut you off some things in this family.
which is fine. Actually, me, I'm a deadbeat cousin. So if you cut me off some things, you'd really save me time. Straight up, you'd really save me time.
Chaxy.
So, but
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a personal question.
Mhm.
Would you classify yourself as a rebel?
I'm not. I'm just a realist. I'm not. I wouldn't call myself a rebel. In that sense, I'm not an advocate for anything. I wouldn't call myself an advocate, but I stand my grounds, and I am very realistic. So if we are in for something that is business, then I don't see where my hair comes in that. If you're talking looks or fashion or whatever, my hair can come in the picture, But if you're talking business, then are you gonna listen to what I have to present and bring to the table, or are you gonna get disturbed by my hair? Because if you're gonna get disturbed by my hair, then you're clearly in the wrong office. You know what I mean? Because it should be. Because if it's business, then I don't see where my hair comes in. I mean, unless it's a salon, which is not. So
still on that note, let's talk about how, I know we like to say it's 2020, it's 21st century, we are forward thinking, but we still have prejudice in terms of looks. Like unaweza na mse anakaa hivi, then you're like, oh, ni mwizi. Even leave alone the hair, there are those who now have tattoos, they have piercing, and the first
I have a lot of tattoos.
The first impression.
So you let us think.
Mtu anakuona hivi anasema huyu anakaa kuhanya sana, huyu ni mwizi, anakaa tapeli. Like in 2020, why do you think as Kenyans we still behave in that manner? Because I'm sure unatembea gata huko na anakuangalia anga hivyo kuna. It's still why?
Of course, I think one is just socialization. This is how we are socialized. We are born into some things, and you hear these things when you grow up. Sometimes you have folks or people older than you who tell you, this is what you should look like. We go to schools where you're told you have to shave your hair. They present an image of what someone who's professional should look like.
A successful person.
Exactly. But if even the same people who think like that, I think they're just guys who either have just refused to see for themselves, or they have this thing they want to hold on to that is not real. Because if you pointed examples of people who are really successful and don't look a certain way, then they may not know what to tell you. But they cling to this thing. And you see, the reality about life is you can always get an explanation for anything. You can get away with anything. So if you're seeking for something, you'll get it. If you're seeking to validate a certain look for professionalism, you'll get so many examples to validate your point. So end of the day, for me, if you're Chaxy, then you realize that you can never judge someone by what they look like. Unless we are on a runway. then you can be like, okay, I don't like how she walks, and I don't like how he walks in the runway. Or I can be like, okay, honestly, this designer is not doing for me.
Exactly.
But if we are discussing anything else, then I don't see why these should be factors anymore.
Before you move on, before you jump in, one boy, an interesting story. In regards to this discussion, there was one time I had long hair, not as long as yours. I never got close to that, and this is a funny story. Even one boy, I check a basa, and I broke up with my dad for like a month or so. We got.
What do you mean you broke up with your dad?
So, we were in a relationship. We were in a relationship, then we broke up. Like I had this long, shaggy hair and kempt, and then my dad, one day, because I'm a firstborn, then he comes at me like, Juni firstborn, by example, he came at me telling me to shave each and every single time, and I refused. That's like, I'm not shaving. Then we got into a heated argument. Can you imagine? My dad was willing for us to not talk forever because of my hair. And we didn't talk for like 2 months. Because nimekataa kunyoa nywele. Ati siwezi taka maumau kwa nyumba yangu na kando anavuta bangi. I'm like, what?
But Mama
And you
ndio
see,
walitupatia independence tunaenjoy leo.
Man.
and you see,
That's
the
why
thing is, Chaxy, hiyo nywele haikuwa hata as shaggy as
I know.
Karis says it. It was not as shaggy as he says it. Ni mseto alikuwa amenyoa fade, but then ilikuwa imeanza kugrow huku. So unaona vile unaendanga kwa barber shop like ni hapa tu, but hapa pengine it was just okay. But his dad was just like, no, you have to shave this whole head if you want to be called my son. It was a problem.
Wow.
It was crazy, man. It was crazy. We actually got into a fist fight.
Okay, you should never get there. So fist fight, ulikuwa unapiga budako?
No.
Ama ulikuwa na block tu?
Na block too, and that's the reason I went on my own.
Unajua ukiblock.
That's why I went on my own because I was like,
It counts as umempiga.
yeah. And again,
If the punches don't
if
get
you block
you,
it,
umempiga.
and then when ulikuwa unasema I'm a grown man. Sasa inafika point sasa unataka kushika mashati ndo ninyoe. I was like, I was like, fuck it. But yeah, interesting. Anyway, let's move
Karis
on.
is so arrogant. He didn't talk to his dad for 2 months. 2 months. I don't care what the problem is, but he was like, you know, fuck this dude.
Man,
I think when it comes to parents and couples, sometimes it's a slippery slope. So, end of the day, do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, and again, back to socializing. What we said about how we are socialized. Like we have been socialized to believe you have to stay in a toxic environment just because it's family. You have to tolerate this uncle of yours who's very shit because he's your uncle. You have to deal with this lying cousin of yours because it's actually family. Then it's all about socializing at the end of the day, which is
What do you make of that, Chaxy?
I'll tell you, for me, family is, I define
family to you?
Family to me is the people I choose to be close to me. That is family to me.
Yeah.
And then these other guys are just guys that I'm related to. So it's true because me, I'm not those guys who I'm going to take in bullshit because we are related by blood. Whether you are my brother or sister or nini. I mean, when it comes to my immediate family, it's different because I never say a reason why I should get to that level when we can talk about it and try to understand each other. But when it comes to now, like extended family and all the shenanigans, bruh, me, I'm always clear. Family to me is the guys I choose to be, because these are the guys who know me for who I really am. These are the guys who are there with me. These are the guys who know what my day-to-day looks like. These other guys are just guys who show up every now and again, because it's convenient. So those to me are just people I didn't choose to be in my life, but they somehow came to my life because we're related in a way or another. So kwangu ijalishi.
Karis, what is family to you?
Just the same to Chaxy, because for me too, mimi atijueni kazi na ngado. Kwanza mimi kwanza family are the most, mimi hata sijui. Yani family unichokesha honestly. Extended kwanza, I just think of them and get tired. At least first family you can tolerate, the family yako, you've lived with this person, so there's that chemistry. Like there's a way around, but extended family, wanangojanga kwanza uomoke tu hivi upigwe na kijiji mzima. Oh, our son. Oh, he is ours. But anyway, let's move on. Guys, the reason we have Chaxy today here is because I think he's the most opinionated human being I've ever met. Opinionated human being I've ever.
Is that a good thing?
It is like at times I watch Just Kidding podcast and I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, okay, interesting. That's why we have him here, and we want to talk about some trending stories that have been happening this week. It's been a crazy week. Can we start with Vanessa Mdee? Karim, sorry.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Man.
Okay, so you guys will have to give me a background because I haven't been online for some time.
Okay. You're not alone. So there's so many people who watch this podcast
I don't
have
watch
the background.
TV for the sake, so I may not really know what's happening. So what's happening with Vanessa Mdee?
Apparently she quit music. Wamboy, can you backstory that?
Yeah. She quit music. Apparently she's dating some big shot, some rapper. He's in Nigeria or Ghanaian.
Rotimi.
Yeah. So she's just been head over heel in love, and at some point we feel like she just came out and said that she's quit music, and she's all about telling people how not to live their American dream. She's been in the music industry for like 11 or 15 years or that. So, and she's just decided to quit music. That's the backstory.
Yeah, and
That's
adding on that, she
And?
said that on her podcast. She has a new podcast. It's called Deep Dive with Vanessa Mdee. So her latest episode, as in it was an emotional one. If you listen to it, you can hear her cry,
Yeah.
break down and whatnot. Like, as in, it got to a point where she wouldn't show up to gigs. She would drink herself silly because of what the music industry has done to her. It took a toll on her, and then she decided officially she's gonna quit music business. She's not just gonna show up to events because she has to attend and whatnot. And it got me thinking, like, because you seem to have an inside look at the music business in Kenya, and you interact with these people from Loud, you do interviews with these guys here and there, you do the slay list. What do you make of that? First things first. What's your reaction to that?
My reaction to that is the one. The music industry, to most people, it's the glam. That's what people see.
Yeah.
The cars, the money, the shows, the fame, the fans, the houses. That's what people see. The glam of the music, the music industry.
Yeah.
But the music industry as well is a very dirty industry. So if that's what is happening to Vanessa, man, I think what I would say is Vanessa has put in the work. She's done what she needed to do.
Yeah.
If she's gotten to the point where she feels her life needs to take a different direction, then for sure she should do that, because I'm sure it's coming from a place of insight. Maybe she's hurting over something.
Yeah.
But I realized when it comes to music and arts in general, I stopped clinging to artists or things that I love. You know what I mean? Like, like for a long time, I did not understand why Kampmula had to separate and all that. Using Kampmula as an example, because these people that I really love. But later, when you really get involved in music, and when you really get to know some of these people at a personal level, when you hang out outside music and you have such conversations, sometimes you realize we as the fans, we create these people.
Yeah.
So we create personalities and we want to cling to those personalities.
Yeah.
So we crave old Kanye, we crave old Jay-Z, because we're the people who created those things. Yeah. Sometimes the artist gives you what they want to give you, but we decide to create something out
else
of it.
Yeah.
Because someone has a lot of conscious music, we assume, okay, now this is the guy who will lead the liberation. This is the guy who will lead the revolution. This is the guy who should be on the streets demonstrating. When maybe they're not such people in real life. So I think we should stop clinging to things and personalities that we have created ourselves, because we create these artists, and most of the times we hate with the same reasons why we love these artists, and the same reasons why we hate them. So if Vanessa has gotten to that point and she feels her life needs to take a different turn, then absolutely, I think she has all the support she from myself, or as a fan. I don't know in person. So if that's what she feels her life should be like, I mean, come on, Vanessa has been in the game for a while. I'm sure she gave the game her all. I'm not sure if the game gave back. So inafikanga point in life, then you get to this point where there's nothing more to lose. There's nothing more to lose. Vanessa is not young anymore, and she's not getting young.
Yeah. Before you jump in, my boy, let me say this. As in, how I see squeezy industry, and it is less about the talent, and it is more about the theatrics. Having said that, I'm usually skeptical about this thing. I'm not saying what Vanessa Mdee is going through is not true. It might be true, but some part of me, the devil's advocate
coming out.
The devil's advocate bit of me is like, nah, ini kiki bro, ini kiki. Iko kitu hapa. There's something at Woni, there's something we are missing.
Like because what? Like an album coming out?
Something, I don't know. Like,
but did she say she's going to stop making music, or she's just going to stop like riding with the wave?
No, so
that's what my question is, because it's not even clear.
Yeah, because she didn't clarify on that bit.
Yeah, she didn't. She just said she's quitting music, and that's it.
because her podcast is like 26 minutes. She does a 26
Which
minutes
is fine.
podcast. Yeah.
Which is Vanessa can do whatever she wants to do. She's done it all. She's DJ'd at the top level.
Yeah.
You know, she's done
Hosted.
music that is gone international. She's hosted. Bruh, come on. Vanessa can do whatever she wants to do, man. You know why she can do whatever she wants to do?
Yeah.
Because maybe it's now time when she needs to have more control. Because sometimes you are in the music business and you get signed to these people who just move your life around. You know, you decide you're working on an album, you put out an album, you have a whole tour schedule to do, you have promos to do, you have brands that want to work with you. It gets to a point where you maybe nafika point to like, okay, I need to leave a little bit. When did I ever leave? You know, I did everything for this girl. So me and Vanessa can do whatever she wants. But it's only tricky when someone says, maybe, I only feel some type of when someone says maybe, you know, I want to quit this because maybe it's not working for me anymore, or, you know, because it's I'm not enjoying doing it anymore. There's many reasons. So if it's not clear, me, I'm like, Vanessa can do whatever she wants to do. She's huge. She'll be fine. She'll be
okay. She doesn't need us.
Vanessa will be okay. If she needs us, she has a big audience. She'll say.
Yeah. Oh boy.
She'll say if she needs.
Will it be fair if she comes back after like a year and says, you know what, I just made a decision, a rash decision. I just want to come back.
Yes.
My lavish lifestyle has just gone down to the drain.
Bruh. Vanessa can do whatever she wants to do. If she wants to quit, come back, retire, like.
Chaxy ni nini? Kwani mnajuana?
Hata si chata ni Vanessa manini, bro. Imagine the thing about the reality about life is life inanga part 2. It doesn't have a part 2. Yeah. So me, what I tell people is do what you want to do, man. You know, don't hold yourself back. Don't hold yourself back. Because if Vanessa wants to stop making music, maybe it's the fans who are like, so no more music from Vanessa. Go listen to all her music that she put out.
Yeah.
You know.
So Chaxy, on that note of do whatever you wanna do because you don't live life twice. Ni nini of late umefanya? Yani you're like, ulifanya kitu kasema, you know what? We don't live life twice. What is that risky thing ulifanya? Did you shoot your shot with someone? Did you ulisema acha ni mwage ndani? This time hakuna kutoa. Isi maji ya mbosho.
I know.
Wamboy says she knows.
Okay, Wamboy, tudanganye.
I do. I think I have an idea. You have a new tattoo on your back.
I have so many tattoos, so I don't like even. I have like 17 tattoos. Yeah, I did my whole back. I got my whole back done. So I mean, that is not a risk of money. That's something I've always wanted to do. So me and my artist Ellie was, we were back and forth on what I really want to do, but the thing was time. Because I have, when everything is up and running, normally I hardly have time because I do a lot of things at the same time, like simultaneously. Yeah. So, and I need the time, if I was going to get my full back done, I need the time for it to heal, all that. So when COVID happened, I was like, oh shit, this is the perfect time. I'm never going to get this time. Yeah. So I was like, so let's get the back done, bro. And we did it.
Shit. Hujanijibu swali Chaxy. Ni nini? Mbona unajua why you
ajibu sasa swali.
Sasa tattoo si risky. Nini risky? Nini kitu risky ulifanya?
Nilifanya kitu gani risky? Let me see. Damn. I've been so laid back since this COVID thing. Nafikiria nimefanya nini risky sasa? I've not done anything risky.
Nothing.
Sasa nini? Ama maybe tu kwangu si risky. Unajua that's
the other thing.
Maybe kitu yenye wewe unafikiria inaweza kuwa risky kwangu ni like you're serious. Sijafanya anything risky. I've not driven drunk. That is not, those are the things I consider risky. Like risky, driving home drunk. What else? Racing. I've not done anything in letter adrenaline yangu juu niko like oh shit. No. I've been in the house, I've been chilled, I've been in quarantine, I've not been trying to go out. I've only been, going for groceries, going to get my tattoos. I've been chilled.
I saw a meme today saying, "Yeah, man, we are so daring. Like, how do you put your dick in someone's mouth with 32 teeth?"
Let me tell you, it's not daring.
Come to think of it, though, mtu akiamua kukuuma Chaxy.
Mimi nakwambia it's trusting.
Na hiyo ni ufala. What if someone decides to bite you off? Joa wanawake when they act calm.
Bite you.
Hapo sana unafaa utulie. Anaweza kuwa alisema text fulani.
Umaisikia dude whose dick was bitten off because of getting a blowjob.
Labda unajua some news, how do you report that on NTV? How do you report?
Hata si NTV, hata tu kusema huwezi sema. Kuna vitu kama ni ngumu kusema. You know, you know, yeah, that's the thing. Men talk about a lot of things, but I don't think a dude in their sober mind would be like, maybe in safe spaces.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, there is this show. But you're trusting. And that's why men we are very trusting. Okay, quote in quote. Because hiyo ni si rahisi.
Hiyo kitu si rahisi. Na sasa zingine umepata mdem kwa club tu hata mjiwani. It's crazy. What?
It's called living life, bro.
I guess now that's what
if the vibe is right, si lazima mjuane. Mtajuana mbele tu, so utafanyaje? Ama hata si lazima mjuane. Itoka tu one of those nights kule oh shit.
Wanasemanga Nairobi ni one big bedroom. We move on regardless.
It's true. Nairobi is. Ni kweli?
Anyway, story for another day. Anyway, homeboy career.
Well, for a minute, I just felt like this conversation is just a male-dominated conversation.
Boys
Let's
club.
talk about content creation. Mtafungua group ya WhatsApp baadaye mdiscuss hizo vitu unaona. It's coming from your heart.
Unataka kuniambia fikiria kuma mtu
Chaxy. Bro.
Okay, sawa.
So let's talk about playlist. Chaxy, you're doing a very good job as far as coming up with that list is concerned.
Thank you.
It's going a long way and it's getting a lot of viewership and it's reaching a large amount of audience. Do you feel like that list gives exposure to the artists that you put there? It's just like people fuck with you because they know you. Do you feel like you're creating a platform for these guys to get their music out there? It's just that you're just sharing?
At the moment, it's at that level of sharing because the only reason why I maybe put the specific music that goes on that list out is because this music one is already out, so it's more of appreciative. But that is what that's where the slay list is at the moment. But I'm definitely working on a bigger platform for the slay list, where now I'll talk about where I think now that will be more of exposure. Of course, maybe there's a little exposure now. I wouldn't really say it's a lot, but of course there's traction, which is nice. And there's so many people who, sometimes I'll get tagged on stories. When I'm at gigs, I'll meet with random people and they'll be like, "Oh, thank you so much. You introduced me to artist so and so. You introduced me to song so and so." So that is working. But in terms of exposure, there's a bigger plan in the works, and I'm not just saying it for the sake, but it's something that I'm actively working on. Where I think that when that happens, now Slay List will be a proper platform for exposure. So for now, it's just me putting out music that I enjoy, I love, and music that I feel should be appreciated more. So it's more of, oh shit, how is this song not getting spins on radio? How are people not talking about it?
Let's push it.
How is this musician not the musician people are talking about? So that's what this playlist is really about. And when we have our website up and our gigs running, so there's things that are in the works.
Let me add on to what you're saying. Like, first of all, for me, I love this playlist. As in, the amount of artists you put me on, like crazy, Annie. And I feel like we were having a discussion with another lady. we're having a discussion with another lady who she's a host of a Doveli podcast. And we spoke about how like in 2020 right now, it's the time for alternative media. In the time alternative media win sai. Like because for so long I guess tumechokana the mainstream media. So right now it's now time for alternative media because I don't have an excuse to say siko najua jibu ni nani. Because if I'm on IG, because we all spend time on our phones. So when I see you post up Jivu has a new song, definitely go check. So I think what you're doing is really dope. But and shout out to you for that, by the way. Swali moja niko na wewe, shida moja niko na wewe bro. How are you planning to fix your consistency issue? Because I have a problem with that with you. Like unatupianga kama ni podcast mtafanya moja after sijui how long. Kama sijui how are you planning to fix that issue? Mimi niko na shida na wewe na consistency yani. Consistency yako ina.
So let me tell you, man. Me I just live my life. Like so even sometimes I don't feel like doing shit. Sometimes I just want to chill. Like why maybe the slay list was not. I didn't do the slay list for like a month and a half, I guess, or 2 months. And even during that period, I was not even online. So I just needed to chill. And I was like, you guys, listen. After me, I have a personal life. You know what I mean? So I know when I'm being inconsistent, there's never really an excuse for not putting out material because I have so much material that I'm working on, that I've worked on, that I'm just sitting on even now, you know. So I just want to chill. And then the thing about someone like me, because I write a lot, and because I create a lot of content, even content that is not necessarily on my pages or on my platforms. So why I'm not really a fan of being online a lot is because of distractions. I feel I get a lot of I get a lot of vibes that I don't want when I'm online. There's so much information that is just being bombarded at me all the time, and I never want when I'm especially when I'm writing and doing my concepts. I don't really like second guessing myself or having that thing in the back of my mind and what is so and so doing, blah blah. I don't like that, so I disconnect myself a lot. So if I'm on, like even now I'm from the whole of this week I'm not online. So I don't know what's happening huko hivi. Me, I'm just locked up in my house. I'm doing my stuff. So if I was supposed to put out a slay list tomorrow, because nowadays it comes out on Wednesday, because Loud comes out on Mondays. Then if it's supposed to come out tomorrow, then tomorrow there's nothing that is gonna come out. Cause until I've been putting out content for a minute now. So sinanga pressure squeeze. Like nikiamua kuchill, I'll chill.
Wacha nikwambie Chaxy, when I grow up I want to be like you.
What after inspiration? Right.
When I grow up.
But you look like you have this thing just figured out.
I think I have. I won't lie. I think I have. It's true. And Musama, the day the mass people start consuming my thing, my content. Game over. Yes, what I as a post hygiene niseme tu game over. Cause it's true. Cause me, I have things zenye nasema tu, like even Loud, I'm like, okay, Loud got to the people within the circles. I have a lot of connects within the circles. I know a lot of people. Let me not say a lot of connects. I know a lot of people. But at the same time, based on what I do now when it comes to things like Catalyst, I don't like having personal industry relations because I'm not it's hard for me to be very objective if I have such exactly. So it's a balance. But me najua there's like Loud ilifika within the industry. Ijafika within the masses yet. If Loud got to the masses, tungeanza saa marathon. So mi niko tu na materials zenye nasema I have this material but it's just not the right time. Me, I believe in timing. I know my time is coming. That I can say with confidence. With Nazasama Kifua. I know my time is coming, and when my time gets here, exactly. Your trust. When my time gets here, I'll run with it. So the only thing that I need to do is I need to be ready so that
Yeah.
Ikifika, I'm not caught off guard. So na hiyo by that
Ikikupate
it doesn't
off
mean
guard.
it doesn't mean it's sasa I'm not doing anything. Like saizi when I'm saying I'm not online, I'm not posting, bro, I'm working on a lot of things, I'm speaking to a lot of people. And ikifika tu the right time, trust me, hata nyinyi mtasema tu, mtaona tu ime happen hivi, and then
Consistency 100.
game over.
Okay.
Consistency, yeah.
Anyway, before we wrap this up, I just want to put this out to the universe, because wanasemanga, if you put things to the universe, they happen. I'd love to work with you someday, manze. Do something together. But as in, it's crazy how I got to meet you and Rush. Then slowly now here you are on my podcast. Yani all from, I don't even remember how I stumbled upon Just Kidding podcast. Hata sikumbukangi vile niliwajua nyinyi watu. But I just found out about you. Then I DM'd. By the way, your admin wenye aliendaga wapi?
She's around, Sergio. She's around. She's my assistant as well. So she may not be posting because Just Kidding tumeamua to record.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's my assistant. So we do other things, other projects. Pamoja. She's around.
Tuma salams.
Mtamsalimia. I'll say hi.
Thank you. Anyway, let's just wrap it up at that point, because najua nimekukulia almost 1 hour yako. So maybe we can do another bit of this some other time.
Easy, man. Just hit me up.
Yeah, so I'm sure we'll plan now. Yeah. I hope my internet will be secure and me allows us to find this proper. Oh, next actually we need to meet in person to kai to bonge. We need a Hiroshi there. We need to talk.
Yeah, he's around. Mpigie simu. Anafanya muziki.
Namuona sana.
Anaimba.
Shout out to him.
Has a new project with Suraj.
Yeah, and I think he's recording another video tomorrow. So he's quite up and about.
Yeah.
That's my brother, man.
Yeah. It's interesting how you guys work together, and it's impressive. It's impressive to watch. Just from Just Kidding podcast, now we are fans.
We appreciate, man. Tunashukuru. Tutajaribu kuwapatia material. Ni venye tu sawa Kenya sijui anataka nini. Anyway, ile siku ataamua kwa hizi vitu tutazitoa tu. Hakuna pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, and as long as we are alive, we'll do what needs to be done. We'll do what needs to be done.
Okay, man. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you so much for listening. This has been Chaxy without the C. Niliambiwa hivyo leo. Bro.
Ulieka simbili. Yes, that's CHAXY.
Are you one of those people who, when someone calls your name wrongly or misspells it bothers you, like for real, legit?
It doesn't bother me. Like no, it doesn't bother me. I just I'll always just correct it.
Oh, you find the need to correct.
It just comes. Even if you hata tungekuwa in person, if you pronounced it wrongly or spelled it wrongly, I just say I have got a feeling ama nini. I just think it's necessary to tell people so that they don't keep. I don't like people calling me Chaxy. There's people who do this. So I'll be like, it's Chaxy. So that I will do it. Yeah. But it's not like I cut. No. You are catching it.
Sawa. Tuachie hapo. Inakata hii kitu. Bye guys.
Okay. Cheers, man. You guys have a nice one.
You too.
Truth Cafe Podcast.